So we're live now, and we're not going to revisit
the network connected.
The network connected, and we're not going to revisit all the topics that we were just talking about. But I would like to carry this forward with a question and a bit of pretext, very briefly. We were recapping, and for those catching this later, we are sorry for those who are here to see Michael Hickey. I'm here to see Michael Hickey.
Well, I was excited.
What were you interested about a story, real quick?
Are you kidding? There's so many things.
Tell me. Say it. Share it.
So if you don't know who Michael Hickey is, I mean, just in the last couple of weeks, I've been introduced to him, but this gentleman lives in a car. He DoorDashes and Uber Eats to earn money, but he also earns money on social media by posting every single day. So he earns money from YouTube, from Facebook, and Instagram, and he's so transparent. He shares all the money that he makes, and he has his goal of $60,000. So every day he actually adds up what he makes and then subtracts what he spends, like on food,
living in the car,
yeah,
gas.
living in the car, gas. He's had to fix his tires, and it's like I just there's nothing like it. I've never seen anything like it. And it's so interesting to me, and I can't not watch it. I even like sharing with my kids because I'm like, look at this dude. Like, look what he's doing. He's earning money and he's
hustling.
Yeah, he's hustling and he's making money on social media and utilizing utilizing that for that. And I don't know. I thought it was really interesting. So I'd love to talk to him because I figure he's just as transparent in an interview conversation than he is online. So I was curious, but I'm
Super
sure
curious.
Something came up today.
Oh, yeah. And he's on the West Coast, and our time zones were off because of the hurricane. So I'll follow up with him and try to make that happen. Maybe he'll bop in 4 hours from now, 3 hours from now, and be like, where are we at?
Yeah, that's
true. It'll be noon his time. And I loved his story because, I've been, homeless several times, and what he's been able to do, and his mission was to save up 60 grand to put a down payment on a home in Florida. And he's now posting like, I don't know if Florida's a place to be with these hurricanes. Yeah. And it's a valid question, but I think so many people, and mind you, his following is like 750,000 people, which is up 100,000 from when we looked like a week ago.
Yeah.
So he's gaining a lot of steam, and we've got a lot of respect for what he's doing. And I want to hear his creator journey. Like, when did it pop? Like, what were some of the events that happened? And he went on a day date or a hang date with Jane in a car or something like this. Oh, yeah. And she was on Dr. Phil recently.
Really?
Yeah, she got on Dr. Phil, just like your girl Jen. And so it's very intriguing. Intriguing to me anyway.
Yeah.
But he's not here. So real quick, we were touching base on another opportunity for income for a lot of creators, and that is helping small businesses make the transition from traditional digital marketing. It's funny that digital marketing is now being bundled in traditional marketing, and that influencer and creator marketing is now is the new marketing. And you had this foresight a long time ago.
Have you noticed this push on social media? It's the unaesthetic POV. It's the real life POV, and you see
point of view for those who don't know.
You see a lot of mom bloggers taking this on, or just maybe there's men doing it too, but I see a lot of women doing it. Like, this is what a normal face looks like. It's unfiltered. This is what a normal kitchen looks like. I think he is really appealing to the opposite of this glitz and glam perfect life that social media.
Oh, we're back to Michael.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay,
I'm back.
She went back to Michael.
I circled back because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, why is his story so interesting and different? And it's like, we really get pushed down, like shoved down our throat that everything on social media needs to be money, luxury goods, and a lifestyle. And for most of us, that's not the case.
Yeah.
And he's like making homeless look like an adventure. Well, okay, we can move on to the next subject, but I just like, I'm still caught on that. Like, there is a movement on social media to show it all and be transparent that this is real. And I think it goes to what you're saying with influencer marketing, that this digital stuff is a lot of that's wrapped up in stock photos. A lot of that's wrapped up in fake media, right? So his movement is taking on, and I just don't see an end in sight.
I think people know that was the rise in TikTok. So this guy, the Michael Hickey, his handle is at the Michael Hickey. I think it plays off the TikTok rise, and the TikTok rise was this massive authenticity. But I think this is now re-entering the, backing into, if you will, the small business space. We just met with our clients, and this is what we were talking about on Instagram a moment ago. we were meeting with our clients, awesome people over at Ardent Core Technologies, and we were talking about marketing, and they had done a lot of really good hustle and grind marketing for their B2B business, and that was going really well. And we were talking about their B2C marketing, and it was a no-brainer that they need to do content marketing and maybe even lives. Like we're going live right now to both LinkedIn and Facebook, but in their case, live to LinkedIn on their topics. And it needs to be run. Their concern is, well, I want like a really good background and I want my camera to be good. And I get that.
Yeah.
But you definitely don't need it.
No.
And
you don't need to wait either, because waiting is actually more detrimental than having a background that's not aesthetic. We're going to jump on that again. I think every week that you wait to create content is a week that you are losing money. And
I think what we're learning, and maybe this is from StoryBrand a little bit, is that people want to go along the journey. And so building in the open is a major pillar of content for every small business owner. So if you're a content creator, you showing the journey to becoming a content creator is really important. But this other income stream for creators is that you help small businesses make this transition in your area. Just go to a local service-based company that, you know, probably has marketing dollars and say, hey, what are you guys doing for social media? Here's my success, but here's how I could come in and coach you, train you, or even get on retainer and help you get online, because they have all these preconceived notions that it's got to be the perfect background, perfect camera, but viewers actually dislike that. That's why the movement against stock images there's a huge pushback. If you have stock images on your webpage, remove them, because it's worse for your brand than having no photos, because people are showing up going, they're not even caring about these stock images. They want to see if you're a little uncut. There's a great jetliner in TikTok right now, and they just show their calls. They get calls from Halsey, the musician.
You know, a jetliner, like a private jet?
Private jet company.
Oh, dang.
And they show how the entitlement of a lot of these people, or the managers of these people that call, and all it is the owner sitting at his desk with his computer up, the phone rings, and he answers it, and he goes, hey, what do you need? And they go, hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm the business manager of so-and-so. I need a jet today from Switzerland to LA. What will it cost? And they'll go as 15 to 20K. And some will say that's too much. And others will say, I want the fastest jet you have, the biggest jet. And people just watch him navigate.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's calls.
I want to watch
that. It's called I think it's called Amalfi.
Okay.
Like the Italian place, Amalfi Airlines or something like that.
Okay.
And it's evidence that building in the open is a form of entertainment. And so your small business owner who's like, I'm trying to figure this out, people want to go on that journey too.
Right. Just like they want to go on Michael Hickey's journey.
Michael Hickey's journey. Yeah. We're back to Michael Hickey.
And
let's go.
I love that it has to do with a goal. I don't think it would be as exciting if we didn't know what his goal was. You know, like we're rooting for him. We're rooting for this, I guess, underdog, even though I don't know that that's the case, but he has a very clear goal, and we're on the journey with him. So he's building in the open.
And that's the key phrase for those of you picking this up. Start picking up this phrase, BITO, BITO, building in the open, and adopt it for yourself. Because we haven't even done as much as we could, because we're trying to shape HotSpark Media Company, which is an amalgamation and a combination of Spark Sites and HotMod, and it's a journey. And we joke like, I'm on board. Let's do this. You know, we've been doing that a few weeks, and it's like, no, we've been trying to merge companies now for almost 10 months, and it's a process. You know, and revealing. I think someone out there following goes, okay, I'm building a design agency, or I'm building a media company, and we're merging, and I'm wrestling with the same things, and I want to hear from these guys. It's like right now, we won't go into it, but WordPress, the WordPress community is in a big uproar. And it's like I told you the other day, I can't look away. Yeah. So we realize there's a degree of entertainment with watching people build in the open, because there is some drama there. Are they going to make it? Yeah. But I have even more affinity for these people because they're real. They're more real than the people I see on screen, on TV screens. And they're more like me because I found them organically. They're a social media company, an influencer company. And so the drama and tension's a little higher because you also feel exactly the way they feel right now. So I encourage you, it's another stream of income out there for people like you. Oh, we've got a little chatter here. Who's chatting at us? Oh, Marissa says, I've seen these. Wasn't sure if they are real client calls. Oh, she's talking about the airline.
Oh, the jetliner. I bet they're real.
Literally, I think they're called Amalfi, and they are legitimate. And I do think some of it is staged. By that I mean not the call itself, but I saw one.
Like they tell them to call in at a certain time.
Well, no. There was one in particular that I do think was staged, and it was this. I don't think it was Halsey, but it was another like pseudo celebrity star. And her first call was not staged. She was the one that said, I need a flight from Switzerland to, I think it was like somewhere in Colorado. Could they be reenactments? Well, this is what I was thinking, Marissa. There are these flights, and she booked this flight, and she got nasty on the call. She got
the agent or the actual talent?
The talent gal. She got nasty on the call, and she got a little entitled. And they posted it, and they threatened, hey, if you post this, I'm gonna post online and show how bad you are of a company. And she didn't realize they were recording that.
Oh, wow. So she just dug a hole.
Well, she's threatening them, and they're like, well, okay, go for it if you want. And she goes, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And so we're going to post anyway. So both of them posted, but get this. They both
of the company.
They both gained followers.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And we know that accounts grow when they get this drama.
Yeah.
And so I think, to Marissa's point, I think that they staged the second one.
Yeah.
Because she called in again and said, I'm calling in and I've got a complaint. And it sounded kind of like...
It sounds scripted a little bit. Yeah.
And they're like, well, how can we help you? And it's like, I know that I ultimately, in the end game, gave you permission to post that video.
Yeah.
And they're like, yes. And it built this tension. And I didn't know how I felt about it. Yes. But I tell you what, we both kind of grew our accounts. So I want to say that I'm fine with the fact that you posted. And it was kind of weird. It was like they were going for drama, but didn't achieve it, but then had a second follow-up. And I think she was trying to milk it because they have such a large following.
Yeah.
But here's the point. Like, I think that you can start anywhere.
Yeah, I think that's what it all came down to. Like, when we were talking to him, it's like, you have the knowledge. And even, is his name Jensen? Jansen was like, once you get talking, he's talking to his boss. He's like, you joke, your personality comes out, you have all these questions. And just looking at the camera and talking to yourself, it never works out for me. I know that. Like, it always turns out bad. But if I'm talking with somebody and we can have a conversation, it looks way better. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I think the lesson for creators who might be watching, or even small business owners that are watching, just start. And by start, I mean literally pick up your phone, go to Instagram or Facebook, hit the live button, and just give an update from your phone.
It's so nerve-wracking, though.
It is.
It is so nerve-wracking.
The first time.
It is, but you have to get over that. Like, you really, really do. I promise you, like, when I started Hot Mod, it was so nerve-wracking. I put it off on the people that worked for me. I was like, you do the reels, you do this. It took like, I don't know, almost like 6 months for me to ever do it. And it was a waste of time. Like, you have to get on there and just get over the nerves.
You have to get over the nerves. So literally, if you have not done this yet, now if you have done it, I invite you to improve your setup. I invite you to improve your background. But the most important thing is, and I think this is a throwback to Donald Miller, Story Brand. I think people really want to be on a journey. And I think what we're finding, especially from the Michael Hickey, is that he's definitely on a journey. He has a clear-cut goal. They're seeing if he's going to achieve that goal. Once he achieved the goal, he set a new goal, and they just figured out that they love his personality walking through these goals. And this is what we advise the client today.
Yeah.
Our client today, good buddy Brad, was a little hesitant to own the fact that he needs to build a personality-based brand. And this is the other point for small business.
He wants to be a consultant. So he's got to get out there.
Well, I think when companies in his space or at that tier of business are talking about consultants, they don't know if they're talking about, I want to be a consultant or I want to own a consultancy. And they think that these name brands of consultancies like carry more weight. And maybe they do historically, but we're in such a time right now, I think, where, and I mentioned this to the company, where services are a dime a dozen now. You throw a rock, you do a Google search, you do a ChatGPT search, and you say, what are the top 3 consultants for IT? And they're already listed, they're already out there. So now you've got to start from zero. and you've got to chase, what does my brand look on brand them? Does it look as professional as them? Do I have a bunch of content like they do? Now that I've caught up, do I have the network they have? And like, you're starting from nothing. But if you're starting from nothing anyway,
yeah,
why not start the personal brand? Because it's an immediate differentiator. Because people buy if they do business with people they like.
Yep. Or no. I mean, how else do you get them to know you unless you're paying for paid ads? And then it's such a long process to warm up that lead, when if you can do a video, then they feel like they get to know you at the end of the video, and
you just took a sales call. And that sales call, the first thing you told me this morning, that the sales call, you said this sales calls are exhausting. She just took one of her first, like, intentional. You've done it before.
Yeah.
But she intentionally took on a sales call that I typically take so that I could focus on another aspect of the business. And the first thing you said this morning is that was exhausting.
I already knew that, but this felt a little bit more.
But my point is half of my sales calls are them, A, getting to know not the company, but me.
Yeah.
B, deciding if they like me.
Yep.
And then C, very small chunk of time answering their questions about their pain.
And imagine being able to solve all that with just posting videos.
Because you have content. LinkedIn. They're already deciding, do I like them? Do I like their vibe?
Yep. This making me think,
what?
As we are about to start a soft rollout of HotSpark.
Yes. Should be a hard rollout, but yes, go ahead.
It's a soft rollout.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I mean, that's what we called it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we should challenge ourselves to share this process for the next 2 months until we launch in January. So I'm saying it now to declare it.
So for the people watching, why have you resisted the merge?
I've told you.
Not that I'm putting it all on her, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, my personal identity is wrapped up in HotMod influencer agency, and it has been very challenging trying to separate that and come together as a company, and you have your processes and I have mine, and we have our own connections. So it's been like a trust and relationship building thing, as well as a systems and business side of things. But here we are at the end of the year, and we're like, okay, it feels like we've got a lot of those kinks worked out. Why do you laugh?
Yeah.
You think this is funny?
I do.
Well, I mean, yeah, at least like now we know.
Well, and the funny thing is, so building in the open a little bit here, I feel a sense of ownership and not identity with Spark Sites, but maybe someone could accuse me of feeling identity from this regard. It's tough to let go of some of these processes because I don't trust they'll be done the way I want them done.
That's every business owner, right?
It's every business owner. And here's the truth. That's accurate.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, in one sales call, she's already handling it differently than me. And I can already feel my hackles up going, wait, why are we saying that? Well, so this building in the open, this is why I think we set the intentionality to merge companies as early as January, February of this year.
Yeah.
It's 10 months later, and we've got the HotSpark show going. We've launched influencer. We've launched things, but we haven't actually merged the entities yet. And at one point you even challenged me and said, I would know what to do if I had an LLC. And like that afternoon, I had an LLC for you. And it was like, wait, that wasn't it. And so we have the entities going. But I do think it takes this long to go to trust. Okay, I trust you on camera. I trust you with our content. I trust you with our influencers. But to actually,
maybe this is actually you, and you've been able to now release these tasks out.
No.
So, really?
Maybe.
Okay. So
maybe,
if you delegated this sooner,
maybe. So we've got HotMod, we've got Spark Sites.
Yeah.
And we've been a web company for a long time. You've been an influencer company
and marketing company.
In marketing, social media. We're merging as HotSpark, and a little nuance for the public for this, the nuance here is, Spark Sites has failed to shake the perception that it's more than just the discount website
website.
We called it the great value of website companies. And for everyone who knows, isn't that Walmart brand?
Yeah,
the great value.
So you're not the Target, you're the Walmart brand.
Yeah, exactly. And so, we had no problem with that. And that premise that we started with was, let's just get the subscriptions and we'll write as much off as we can because we have an empty docket. But we've been trying to actively fix that for years, long before we met. And we failed at doing that. And I failed at doing that. HotMod comes along, and now we can offer really legitimate marketing through creator and influencer marketing.
Yeah.
FYI, one of our clients, I mean, they got 45,000 views on one post, which was phenomenal.
One of our social media marketing clients did an influencer campaign.
Thank you.
And it got 45,000 views, which was unheard of for, this kind of account. It's just a regular service-based account, but like now we have that video, now we have that reach, and the video we're going to use for ads. So, but yeah, we've been able to go, okay, we have the technology, and now we can offer social media marketing. And really it's just a better value for our clients, because we're not just giving them a website and no strategy to get leads. Now we can do that. We can fuel that. So and boutique, offer boutique higher level value services.
Means higher?
I don't know. It sounds like it.
So it's going to be HotSpark Media, and its tagline, we're working a little bit, is websites, marketing, influencers.
That's not a tagline though.
No, it's not a tagline. It's just the sub. It's like the services.
He said tagline.
Whatever. So we're going to be soft rolling that out, and you guys will be watching that, and how we're going to soft roll it out. So we have some strategies. We're going to start an email campaign.
Yep.
And the logo is going to say like HotSpark, and it's going to have the two logos. And then our banners on our Facebook private group for owners, and our pages, our Facebook.
So visually it's going to start to switch out.
It'll be like that for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then like the two logos will go to the bottom of the page, but the HotSpark will stay atop, and it'll continue that way for another few weeks. And then eventually the smaller logos will drop off. The brand companies themselves will stay in place though. And this is, I think, what took us a long time to get to.
Yeah.
Is HotMod does stand out when you Google search influencer agency. There's not many.
Right.
And when these travel boards talk about, hey, what are influencer agencies they're either mega just like web platforms that don't really have any service. It's just a platform where you find influencers, or they're like PR company. Yeah.
Where they do influencer marketing on the side.
So HotMod sticks out.
Yeah, it does.
And then Spark Sites, what we're going to do is we're going to increase our price tickets from the get-go with HotSpark. Our packages, it's not even website packages. It's like marketing packages. And that's going to start with HotSpark as a media company. And then if they're like, nah, that's a bit much, could I just get a website? We'll downsell the website to Spark Sites at that point.
Yeah.
And just lean into it.
Yeah.
And let that keep going. So that's kind of on the horizon.
We should have another live every week that's just our building out in the open. And like tracking our progress.
Jesus, we barely made it to this one on time.
Barely.
And that's
booked a Winter Haven appointment.
I did. That was my total.
You didn't even know that was happening today.
Yes, correct. We were in Winter Haven, 30 minutes away, and we're like, we got to get back and do live. So we're here. So anyways, if you have any questions about how we're merging our media companies to become a empire conglomerate consortium
with a boutique feel.
With a boutique called HotSpark Media, that's coming. Spark Sites is still going to be around, and it's going to lean into its targets. HotMod's still going to be around, but we're going to be delegating these services and focused on growing the HotSpark brand with premium marketing and media services. So you're going to pay attention to that. So we're going to go live. And then as soon as we can, we're going to get the real Michael Hickey, the Michael Hickey. We're going to get him back on and circle back.
He might have thought it was noon his time.
That's what I was saying earlier.
If he needs to get back on, we have a call at 3.
Yeah, no, there's no way we could do that.
I really want to get him on. So if he's like, I can't go until 9, we're going to get back on.
And do us a favor. If you're watching this, you're the 7 people watching right now. If there's a particular creator that you have just loved following because they have something crazy like the real Michael Hickey does, or the Michael Hickey does with his journey of living in his car and saving up money for a home, which is also socially relevant right now, by the way. But
yeah, housing is crazy.
Housing is crazy. So if you have a creator like that you're interested in hearing from, let us know. We can get them on the show. I mean, we've had really good success getting what I would consider pretty heavy hitters.
Pretty much everybody we talk to is on the show, except unless they have like a schedule conflict. That's literally been the only reason why.
Correct. So please do reach out. Let us know if there's creators that you want us to follow up with. Ask your questions about being a creator, making money as a creator.
Yeah.
And let us know how HotSpark Media can serve you. HotSpark. Thanks so much, everyone. Catch you.